Hey, this is CJ the Traveler Man. I want to thank you for tonight for joining me on this Q&A. So, I definitely want to thank all the new supporters and new followers as well. And if you're new to my channel, definitely thank you for joining me as well. So, we're going to go ahead and dive into the questions tonight. We're going to get at least 24 out of them. If not, I can end up doing a part 2, so I could do half now and then the other half like later. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and dive into the questions. And as you know, I am CJ the Traveling Man, also known as CJ Jeff Traveling Man. And the social media sites that you can follow me on is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat. So I'll put all that information in the description below. So other than that, let's get into this right now. So the first question we're going to start off is Camille 3. What is your favorite gas station I have been to? I've been to a lot of gas stations, so I can't really say that all, I got my own favorite. So I'm not going to disregard the question, but I can't really say, I have one favorite gas station that I like to go to. So I do have several, that are in the area. I could say Thornton's, Chuckles, or Easy Shop, but I can't really say those are all my favorites. So that's kind of a hard question to answer to, and it's not that it's for competition, but I really don't have a favorite gas station. So thanks for the question, Camille 3. So question number 2 is going to be Kim. What is your favorite ice cream and pizza? Well, I can tell you I do have two in mind. So I must say two of my favorite is Bliss Artisan, because you actually get a crafted made pizza, which is kind of like the Subway style, and you also get ice cream. And you have several flavors of ice cream that, you really can choose from. And one of my favorite ice creams I could say that I did get from there was Mississippi Mud Pie, or the Mississippi Mud Pie. And the other favorite pizza place that I can say is Sam's, and I always go for their breadsticks. There's something about the cheese-filled breadsticks. So in both of these areas, like if you ever get a chance to go to Bliss Artisan, Bliss would actually be in Mount Vernon, and then the other one, Mount Vernon, Indiana, and then the other one would be in Tell City, Indiana. And then if you're in the local area of Morganfield, Kentucky, you can always stop in at Sam's. And it's like, the breadsticks, I don't know, I've never had breadsticks like that. So other than that, those are some of the pizzas that I can bring up. Thank you for the question, Kim. And we got another question, number 3. So this is Beth. How many glasses have you broke, or do you have? Oh, well, I could say I've broke two. One of them I ran over with with a lawnmower. The second pair, I used a weed eater, and I was weed eating, in the cemetery, and I dropped them, and then I destroyed them. So other than that, I do have 2 pair now that are left, like my backup, and then my also what I call CJ the Traveling Man glasses. So thanks for the question, Beth. Now we're going to go to question number 4, which is Melody. She was asking how many cities, villages, towns, and townships are there, and does driving through count? Well, from what I've the college numbers that I've counted, it was around 32,000, and I plan on doing that definitely in like 10 years or less, anywhere from 10 years or less. So, and then you're asking, does driving through count? It kind of counts, but you have to put your foot on the ground to actually say you've been there. So just kind of driving through, I can't really say that that's, you know what I mean, that counts. So definitely, the numbers that we got from the college elected was around 32,000, and the answer to it is, like I said, anywhere from to 10 years or less to actually be the first person to go to every city, town, village, and township in the United States. So definitely that was a cool, good question. And I had to think for a second, but yeah, we got it. But we're on to the next question, number 4. And this is from Pam. But thank you, definitely, Melody, for the question. And back to Pam. Can you play instruments, and what kind, or piano? And the answer to that is I can actually I can play I can play a piano. So yes, I can play a piano. And that is like one of the instruments that I have been able to, at least try to get, you know what I mean, to be able to do. And I can play it. Definitely, Pam, I can play it. And I definitely want to thank you for the question. Now we're on to question number 5. But we're going to take a drink real quick. So just hold on real quick. I know you guys are human just like I'm human. So we got to have a little water or something every now and then. Okay. So question number 5. This is Monica and Devin. What kind of TV shows do you watch? Well, I had 2, and 2 of my favorites. One is Scrubs, the TV show, if you're familiar with Scrubs. And then the second one, which is always my best. You may laugh at me, and you may have even watched it before, which it came out in the 90s, so we're going to say Dawson's Creek. So if you're familiar with Dawson's Creek and Scrubs, then those are kind of 2 of my favorite TV shows. Even though I know Monica and Devin asked me what kind of TV shows I watch, I just thought I'd let you know it was my favorite. So those were 2 of my favorite that I actually watched. So yeah, we're getting ready to head on to Brian. So Brian wants to know how tall I am. We're going to say 6'1.5", so about that tall, Brian. So I may not look like it on camera, but I have people tell me I look short too, Brian. So, it is what it is. But thank you for the question, Brian. And thank you, Monica and Devin, also for the question as well. So now we're on to question number 7, which is going to be Monica. Monica said, do you use a laptop or a desktop? Actually, I use a laptop. I mean, I have a desktop, but I definitely use a laptop. I mean, I have my desktop. I don't use it, but other than that, I use a laptop. So, thanks for the question, Monica. and we're on to Stephanie. What's your favorite drink? It's tea. So my favorite drink, yes, is tea. But I also do, like I said, I really have two favorites because I experimented with one, which it was kind of a lemon and cucumber water. So out of those two, both of them were those two were like considered like my favorite, the lemon water and cucumber water and tea. But tea is actually number one. So remember that tea is number one of one of my, favorite drinks. And thanks for the question, Stephanie. We're on to Foreman. Foreman asks, do you play video games? I used to a long time ago. I would say probably 10 or 15 years ago. But the only game that I do play, I kind of play it before I go to bed, is spades. So I'm a real good spades player. And I do know how to play chess as well. So other than that, it's been a long time since I've played video games, Foreman. So thanks for the question. We're on to Frank. Frank asks, do you have any tattoos or ear piercing? I used to, which I don't now. I don't have any tattoos. But I used to have an ear, my left ear was pierced. And then that was probably about 4 years ago. I kind of let it fill in. So, yeah. That was probably the only thing I did because back then, when you just want to experiment with things, you want to try something new, you want to try this or try that, and see what, you almost kind of keep up with the Joneses. So, it's something I just tried. So, definitely thank you, Frank, for the question. And we're on to Sandy. How did I get started cleaning headstones? Well, it's a quick story, and it's just straight to the point. I mean, it was a passion anyways to begin with, and it was something I had started a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, but I was kind of introduced from one of the ladies from the local churches in the area of Corden. I was kind of introduced to that cemetery. And I kind of explained to her that, I knew what I was doing. And basically, Corden has kind of got me in the position of where I am. So it was like, that's kind of how I had started before then, but it wasn't something big that I'm doing like, now. But I would say about a year and a half ago, it's kind of when I kind of started the headstone cleaning right there in the Corden area. I was kind of going into different areas, so definitely I want to give a shout out to Corden and the cemetery that I've been cleaning in the Corden area as well. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Miss Juanita for also introducing me to the cemetery, and definitely give a shout out to Bonnie and Sarah, because like I said, and RL, they are the ones that kind of like helped me get into that position and, took care of a lot of the stuff that I needed, while I was doing the cleaning. So other than that, yeah, Sandy, that's how I kind of got it started. I mean, I had cleaned before, and like I said, that was 20 years ago, but yeah. Other than that, that was kind of like my actual real starting point was about a year and a half ago. So thanks for the question, Sandy. Now we have a question from Gina, and she's asking, how long have I lived in Kentucky? All your life? And how long have you been doing CJ the Traveling Man? And also she added in, what is your birthday and your favorite color? So we're going to go ahead and answer the first one. No, I haven't lived in Kentucky my whole entire life. I was actually born and raised in Nevada, which is Las Vegas, Nevada. And I grew up there till I was probably almost 16 years of age. I had traveled a lot of places because, I'm the Air Force brat. So, you get to see a lot of things that you don't get to normally see all the time. So, definitely, I'm not a Kentuckian. I'm a Nevadan. So, just thought I'd let you know that, Gina. And how long have I been doing CJ the Traveling Man? So about 2 years. So it's basically been 2 years that I've been doing CJ the Traveling Man. When I first started, it was just kind of something I was experimenting with when it came to that. I mean, it was a passion, but I was a lot more experimenting with it and started to realize all of the support that I was getting for it. So yes, I definitely started 2 years ago. And when is my birthday? We're going to say August 31st, just August 31st. That's all you need to know. You have to guess on the year. And my favorite color is blue. So I would say baby blue or any kind of blue is actually my favorite color. So thank you for the question, Gina. And we're on to Misty. What did you do before you became CJ the Traveling Man, career-wise? We'll leave it at that, okay? So, what I kind of did before, I was just a factory worker. And I did a lot of work. I worked at a factory for almost eight and a half years. And I definitely love the factory that I worked at. I want to give a shout out to everybody that I worked with. I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I you know what I mean? I wouldn't trade anything else, for the support and also the love that you guys showed me when I was in the factory. So I kind of did factory work, and I worked at 84 Lumber, which was a lumber yard. So I had worked there for almost 7 years. So it was kind of lumber yard, I did work at McDonald's, so that was a long time ago. That was probably like 20 years ago. And I did work at Big Lots, so I just thought I'd let you know. I did work at Big Lots, and that was kind of like straight out of high school. So that was kind of the career-wise of what I did before I started doing this. So I definitely want to thank you for the question, Misty. We're on to Amber. What is your favorite animal? Well, number one is the cat. It's the common house cat. Yes, the common house cat, or what we call the domesticated house cat. That is my favorite animal. And I will be showing some videos pretty soon with a lot of cats in it. So, definitely, the cat was something that I love. Yeah, so, thank you for the question, Amber. And we're on to some more questions. So, we're going to ask, Lynn had asked a question. Out of all the places you have been, and out of all of the headstones you have helped to clean up, what is your favorite out of all of that? I think I read that right. It's kind of brain fogging. Out of all of the places you have been, and out of all of the headstones you have helped to clean up, what was your favorite? I would say all of them were my favorite because I don't think I could really say out of all of the headstones I've helped clean, what is your favorite, because I can't pick favorites. So I basically would just say, hey, all of them were my favorite because I love everybody and every headstone that I've ever cleaned. So I definitely don't really have a favorite when it comes to that. So I may have misunderstood your question, Lynn. So other than that, I thank you for the question. And then on to Debbie. So Debbie says, do you love helping others? Yes, I love helping others. And definitely, I love helping anybody that I can help when I have time. So when I'm free, I'll do the best I can. And like I said, if you rub my back, I'll rub your back. You know what I mean? If, we're just a family together. So I do love helping everybody. And sometimes I do get emotional about it, but I've hold back a lot of times. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, I do love doing it. And that's what, kind of, when I was replying to Lynn, you know what I mean? There's not even a favorite out of that when you're cleaning headstones, I mean? That's just, you're helping because we all need help. So we help one another, and I just love helping people. So other than that, thanks for the question, Debbie. And we got one from Lavanda. If I pronounce it right, it's Levanda. What is your favorite restaurant? And I would say, what your favorite holiday? So we got a two-part question. So my favorite restaurant actually really is Bliss Artisan, which has got the pizza and the ice cream. That was kind of considered one of my favorite restaurants that I've actually been to. And then I have more, you know what I mean? I can't just, I made the mistake by just saying one restaurant. So that's kind of a difficult question. So I made the mistake by saying, what is your favorite restaurant? And then I just turned around and I said Bliss Artisan. I have multiple favorite restaurants. So sorry for the misunderstanding, but holiday wise, Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I want to thank you, Lavanda, for the question. On to Deanna. What is your favorite music and song? So my favorite music and song is pretty much K-Love. Like, I listen to all their music, so it's strictly K-Love. I do like 96 STO, which is in the local area, of the tri-state area. But my favorite music is Christian music, and it's always on K-Love. So definitely thank you for the question, Deanna. I think I was kind of unprepared for all of these questions because this is like one of my first time ever answering questions. And I'm deeply sorry if I didn't get, Lavanda's question correct, because I do feel like I made a mistake. I'm human, because I do have multiple favorite restaurants and I just don't want to pick one. So I do kind of take back my word by just saying I have a multiple choice of favorite restaurants. So she has another question, and we're back to Lavanda again. And what is the creepiest place I have ever been that actually gave me an uneasy feeling? Well, one of the places definitely, I can say, I'll show you the video too as well. So other than that, it was the 107-year-old movie theater, which is in Cairo, Illinois. because it was kind of funny about some of the things that I was seeing in the, after I made the video, like I was seeing shadows in the background of the video, and it kind of was like an uneasy feeling. And at first I kind of just thought it was pigeons that were flying around up in the roof. But if you go back and you look at the video that I did, you can kind of see a couple shadows that were in the building when I was in there. So you got to realize it's an old it was a 107-year-old movie theater that had been abandoned for probably 30 or 40 years. There is a story about that too as well, where there was a little boy that had burnt down the movie theater several times in the movie theater. And I also have had like some of my followers that were kind of like on the YouTube channel that told me that they saw a little boy standing in the corner. And that was something that, it did kind of make me feel it had an uneasy feeling when I was there. So definitely Cairo, Illinois, which is the 107-year-old movie theater. I can't get the words out of my mouth. But yeah, definitely. That one gave me an uneasy feeling, definitely. I don't even know if I would even go back. Maybe. But thank you for the question, Lavanda. And we're on to Misty. So Misty's asking, what made you start traveling and start my passion for cleaning headstones? I did kind of answer that earlier. So it was almost kind of similar to the question that let me go back. I have to go back and look at this now. So well, I'm just gonna give you an answer that I can think of offhand, because like I said, a lot of times none of us are really prepared for questions. So what made you start traveling? And what made me start traveling is basically being with my parents a lot, and my mother and father being in the military, Air Force, and also for them traveling. It was an opportunity for me to grow as well and learn, the area, the local people, and it was just something that, just came to mind that I wanted to try doing. So that's kind of what made me start traveling. And the passion for cleaning headstones is, it shows, it shows the respect. It also shows who the person was, gives you a little bit of information about who the individual was, so you can learn more about them. And that's kind of what the passion was, is also to give back to the local communities, letting people know that you care just as much as they do, and to let their loved ones know that they'll never be forgotten as is or what. So they'll never be forgotten for who they are, because, everyone and every headstone that I've cleaned with the passion of it has got a story behind them. You never know if they even had dreams that were ahead of them, and they never got to, accomplish their dreams. So, excuse me, this is a way of me giving back to them. And it's become a passion, wanting to do this, wanting to give back, wanting to show share the love that, like they say, that Jesus Christ offers us every single day. So definitely thank you for the question, Misty. We're on to Terry. Terry was asking me, how many counties have you been to? We got a drink on this, Terry. Brain fog. I would say probably about 25 counties. And that can include Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So I could say probably about 25 counties total. So thanks for the question, Terry. Thank you, definitely. And we have one more question before we end this show. So definitely want to give a shout out to everybody and thank everybody also for the questions that were asked, and thank you for the love and the support that we get for that we share for each other every single day. Okay, I got it out right now, right? Right, okay. All right. Well, we're going to go on and finish. We got one more, and this is Al and Brianna. Have you always shaved your head, and when was the last time you had hair in your head? That is a great question. So, 15 years ago, I used to let my hair grow out. And then I started seeing bald spots like right up in here, like it was thinning out. I'll put that back. That was 20 years ago. Kind of when I was in high school, I started seeing my hair thinning out. So we started shaving our hair about 20 years ago because I seen the thinning of my hair that was disappearing. So, yeah, I would say I did have some hair 20 years ago. I'll see if I can find a picture for you guys so you can see when I had hair. It might be a younger picture, middle, or a recent picture from 20 years ago maybe, but I'll definitely show you. I'll show Al and Brianna the hair that I used to have, because this is all I have right now. So my eyebrows and my mustache and my goatee. So that's kind of all I have left. So definitely thanking Al and Brianna for all the questions. And let me thank everybody else. I definitely want to thank everyone for the questions or the Q&A that we did tonight for you. Definitely thank you all for everything that was asked. I think I ran out of breath. So, other than that, this is CJ the Traveling Man. Make sure you tune in every week to see what I'm going to produce, what I'm going to release. And I also have a few requests. So I'm going to add those requests to a lot of the videos that I'm making now. So get ready, get prepared, and enjoy the show. Sit back. And thank you all for taking the time to get to know me for who I was. Okay? So get ready and tell me if you like this voice or you like this voice. So tell me which voices you want to hear. So we're going to do the silly side, the crazy side, and whatever side. Other than that, this is CJ the Traveling Man. I don't have my glasses, so I want you guys to see my eyes and see my face. So other than that, thank you all for the love, support, and everything that you have done for me. Because if it wasn't for you guys, seriously, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at. And everything I do is definitely for you guys. All these videos I do are for you. Definitely for you. So thank you. Thank you for everything. It's CJ the Traveling Man. I want to go, but I am going to go. But I guess I'm going to stay around just for one more second or two, or a few more seconds, or whatever. But yeah, you're going to see the silly side of me, the serious side of me, the haunted places, the abandoned places. And I'm also going to try to bring back a lot of the time-lapse videos. And I'm going to do it all starting now. So other than that, sit back and watch the show. Get you some popcorn, some candy, some soda, some water, some milk, some Kool-Aid, whatever. Whatever you like. And then watch my show. Share it. And I mean share it with everybody that you know. Share it. It's not that hard to hit that like button and the share button. That's it. It's just that simple. It don't even take 1 second. So other than that, this is CJ the Traveling Man. Just giving you a little advice. But also, put God in everything that you do. Yes, put God first in everything that you do. Every single thing that you do. Definitely thank God for everything. And thank Him for when you wake up in the morning. And I'm going to let you know one verse so you can get to know me a little bit more that I read every night before I go to bed. And that is Psalms 91. So if you're having problems sleeping or whatever, just read Psalm 91. You'll enjoy it. It's one of the best little books, or even 1 through 16 that I've read. It's awesome. It's one of the best pages out of the whole book of Psalms. So read it, have some sleep, and enjoy your time. Say hi to everybody for me. And I'm about to go. About to sign out. I got to go to bed. So I hope I see you soon. This is CJ the Traveling Man, signing out. Peace.